Welcome all the Sparkling Mindsians to the Poetic Soiree 2020. Um, this is called a soiree because this used to be a evening filled with poetry, fun and laughter for each one of us for the past few years. Because of the pandemic, we've chosen to do this virtually, we've chosen to do this online, and we are doing this in the morning. So good morning and a beautiful poetic morning to each one of us. Um, right now, in this event, we have all the children from all the four houses: Griffin, Phoenix, Pegasus, and Sphinx. They are actually doing the recordings live on two separate links as we speak, and I'm addressing all of them on two devices. This is thanks to technology that we're able to do this. Um, I also would like to extend a warm welcome to each one of the parents who will be watching this event post the recording, and to everybody else who might be watching this event once it's published on YouTube. So welcome to all of you. This is Sparkling Minds' Poetic Morning 2020. This is an event that we celebrate as part of our Children's Day celebrations. It started out as being an experiential open day the first year when our children recreated some of the poems that were given to them. We still remember the theme of the year was the road less traveled, and the poem that children were actually working on was We Are Going on a Bear Hunt. And they reimagined the poem happening in other than grasslands, in the desert, undersea, and in different terrains, and they created beautiful poetry, beautiful songs, and beautiful actions. Since then, the tradition of children performing to poetry has sustained, and this is our fourth year now. Every year, more and more number of children get inspired by poetry, and they have been choosing to write their own poems too. So just like this year, you will see a lot of them attempting and writing their poems, and we are very, very happy and proud to present a lot of our children poets. You might be wondering, so what's so special about a virtual poetic soiree? Children will stand up and say their poems anyway. It's not going to be as much fun as the live event, right? Why bother? Why take all the pain? Well, we discussed the why and the how, and we came up with a list that was beyond our imagination. We said it pulls us together as a community. It bonds the whole school. It lets us express ourselves, and we creatively unfold. It brings out the leader in us. It brings out the emotions in us. It brings out the empathy in us, and it makes us go deep. It makes us think wide, and it makes us make connections that we could not know could collide. And each one of these moments is what makes us us. It makes us Sparkling Mindsians. We said, since it was an all-night online platform, since we were going to record the video anyway, why not try something unique? Why not try something different? Why not let each house line up and sequence their own poems? Why not let each house run their own shows, have their own MCs, not one, but two? Why not let each house take charge of their own practice? Why not let them have document the whole process while they are at it? Why not let each house develop their own script and strategy? You might think that this is new, this is novel. It's not. Our children are used to running the show on their own, and they are going to be doing it in the virtual world too. As children listen to each other, recite, scrub, receive feedback, and recite again, they learn to understand each other better. They learn to care about another. They develop grit. They develop determination. They learn to overcome stage fear. They learn to go ahead no matter what, online, offline, live, or not. No virus can stop us. So this year too, like every year, children are back to running the show for this event. Well, almost all of it. And this time round, we have students donning several roles ranging from a presenter, a house member, active listener, MCs, 8 of them, and we have script writers, we have them as documentation in charges, we have student evaluators, we have empathy house leaders, we have practice leaders as part of the EPCC committee, and a lot more in the background. They've all held space for each other. They've shown up for extra time to do practice, especially in the online space. Some of them staying as late as 6 o'clock to actually work on the script, and I'm super proud of each one of their efforts. Looking forward to a fun evening, fun morning, not evening. All right. We also have way more number of children with their own poems this time on the stage, and we're very excited for the budding poets to recite away. I would like to bring on the screen all the MCs, backup MCs, as well as the empathy house leaders, to hand over the baton to them. I'm adding them in. So for Sphinx, we have the empathy house leader, which is Samriddhi. Samriddhi, you can say hi. You have to say hi so I hear you.
Hello.
All right. And for Phoenix house, we have the empathy house leader, which is Neha. You can say hi.
Hello.
All right. For Sphinx, we have the MCs, which is Sospi and Prudencia. You both can say hello.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola.
All right. And for Phoenix, we have the MCs, which is Aditya and Manha. Both of you can say hello.
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 Right. Who is the backup MC here? Is it Moksh?
It's Mokshanila.
Okay. So Moksh is the backup MC for Sphinx. Say hello.
Hi.
And Nila is the backup MC for Phoenix. You can say hello.
Hello. Sorry,
All
one
right.
second. Let me
Welcome
just.
everybody. And
Yes.
and we are going to start with the ground rules. Okay, so are you people ready? The order in which you're going to go? Okay. So we are going to do the ground rules on each of the houses. Are you people ready with the ground rules too? Okay, so each one of you is going to do one, right? Okay. I'm going to mute myself now, handing over the baton to the empathy house leaders, the MCs, all right, and you people can take over. So from now on, both the houses will be having, all the 4 houses will be having separate audio happening.
Now let's start off with Phoenix. Aditya, I haven't met any of my friends this entire lockdown.
Same here. I miss all of them, man. And I really miss meeting them physically. Sometimes I just feel like I need a hug.
Hey, that gives me an idea. We can
Well,
start the Poetic Soiree with Pragati, with her poem called Hug of War.
Hug of War by Shel Silverstein. I will not play at tug of war. I'd rather play at hug of war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, where everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins, and everyone cuddles and everyone wins. Thank you.
thank you, Pragati. That was a very nice poem. You know, this reminds me of the times when my friends and I used to hang out and go for lunch.
Now that I think of it, I remember once my friends and I wanted to try a new cafe. The food was horrible. We still laugh about it.
That sounds funny. This brings us to our next poem. We have Akshara with You Can't Make Me Eat That.
You Can Make Me Eat That by Jack Prilatsky. You can make me eat that. It's slimy, gooey, icky, yucky, greasy, and gluey. It looks like you made it from maggots and mud. Some chalk, hippopotamus, bug heads, and blood. I hate it to bits. Just thinking about it is giving me fits, and one taste, and I am certain I instantly die. You can't make me eat that, so do not even try. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshara.
You know how sometimes we don't like to eat food and we sometimes skip food because it's really not tasting good?
Yeah, but like it's really healthy for us. I know it all too well. When I was younger, I used to eat a ton of candy at night and stay up all night. I wouldn't sleep at all.
What a coincidence! Next, we have Chirag with bouncing off the windows talking about his sugar rush.
Bouncing off the windows by Ken Nesbitt. I'm bouncing off the windows. I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm feeling like my feet are made of bouncing rubber balls. I'm running like I'm crazy. I'm running like I'm mad. I'm I'm feeling like I seem lunatic. But boy, I'm feeling glad. I'm jumping like a kangaroo or like a jumping bee. I act this way at least a week right after Halloween. Thank you.
Thank you, Chirag. We really understand how you get your energy after eating so much of candy, though.
You know, Halloween was just a few days ago, which means our largest sugar rush of the entire year just got over.
Speaking about Halloween, do you like ghosts?
Oh, I absolutely love ghost stories.
Well, then this poem is just for you. Now we have Avyay reciting the poem Dark Woods.
In the dark woods, there was a dark house. In the dark house, there was a dark room. In the dark room, there was a dark cupboard. In the dark cupboard, there was a dark shelf. In the dark shelf, there was a dark box. The dark box was a dot.
Thank you, Avyay. That was very scary. But do you know what can be even scarier?
Witches?
No, I'm not too sure. Let's call up with Ritanya, who's going to prove us wrong.
Forgetful Witch by Shel Silverstein. I used to be a witching witch, but now I'm just a watching witch, watching other witches, wishing I could be bewitching. But it's sad to tell, I can't recall one mystic curse or a poison. Even worse, I can't chant a deadly curse or cast a magic spell. I can't turn princesses into frogs or turn bachelors into hogs. I used to long ago, but now I seem to have forgotten how. Was it chosen sings and puppies sing or dozen bits of guppies and whales or chosen bits of snail scales? Wondering where I search my book and chew my nails, wondering which is which. Cause a witch which can be witch. Just can't be a witch. Thank you.
Thank you, Ratanya. You know, it was really wonderful learning about a witch's perspectives.
Yeah, it really was. Though I now have a completely different thought about witches. Anyways, I've always wondered how dogs look at the world.
Yeah, me too. Lucky for us. Next, we have Sanjeev.
What I am from Brian Moses. I am a human walker, cat stalker, biscuit snatcher, rabbit catcher. I wish T-double fighter, disclot biter, insect hunter, squirrel chaser, bicycle racer, sunshine dreamer, lazy schemer, noisy barker, nosy parker, off a dog. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Wasn't it fun looking at how dog sees the world?
Yeah, it was. Since we saw how the dog sees the world, why don't we look a little deeper into how the owners see the world? Let's have Roshni with her poem.
My dog has got no manners by Bruce Lamsky. My dog has got no manners. I think he's very rude. He always finds at dinner time while we are eating food. When he's feeling thirsty, wants to take a drink, he takes it from the toilet instead from the sink. He never wears a pair of pants. He doesn't wear a shirt, but he will not shower to wash away the dirt. He is not polite to strangers. He wipes them on the rack. And when I'm on the telephone, he walks so I can't hear. When I complained to mommy, he said, I thought you knew the reason why his manners stink. He learns by watching you.
Thank you, Roshni. Now that we've seen both the owners and the dog's perspectives, how about we look at another animals? What's your favorite animal?
I'm not sure. I like a lot of animals. But mainly I like pandas.
Really? That's amazing because next we have Amog who also loves pandas and is here to tell us about how pandas look at the world.
Giant panda, poet unknown. I am a giant panda. My world is in black and white. I am a heavyweight eater, yin and yang with appetite. Although I'm just in two colors, I wear them as jewel. As no one is as beautiful as we on bamboo flue. I don't know anyone who munches on lunch like me. 30 pounds in a day. That's not a lot when I'm hungry. One look, you will understand why most hearts are gently tugged and when you see a giant panda and feel as good as a giant bear hug. Thank you.
Thank you, Amog. You know, now that I think of it, I love pandas, but I think their lives would be slightly boring. I mean, all they do is sleep around all day. It would be very fun in the beginning, that's for sure. But I would get slightly bored and restless after some time. Don't you think?
I totally agree. Won't it be better to fly? You can be free. You can see the whole world from above.
Someone here actually wants to fly. Can you guess who?
Who?
It's Vineet. Let's call him up here with his poem, Not an Egg.
Yeah.
Not an egg, by Shell Silverstein. With feathers blue and combo red. With claws that scrape and scratch. The rhymy bird sits on my head and waits for it to hatch. It's not an egg, I cried, but she sits waiting for the day when it will crack and with a chew. A baby foam will tumble out and shake its feathers all up.
Have you ever wanted to fly?
Sure. I always think about it, but it isn't possible. So
Well, we can use magic. Let's call Ashwath up to tell us more about magic.
My sister whispered magic words directly in my ear. The second that she said, I began to disappear. She said her words the second time. I couldn't even think. But suddenly I wasn't there. I had vanished in a blink. I hadn't got the least idea where I'm standing now. I would like to get back home again, but simply don't know how. Though it doesn't hurt, my mother is making chocolate cakes. I hate them as dessert.
So, we all like to know about survival skills, don't we?
Yeah, I think magic would be a great way to get some survival skills. I mean, I
Yeah.
know for sure that I have zero survival skills.
So let's call Vihan to tell us about some survival skills.
Yeah, got it.
True story by Shel Silverstein. This morning, I jumped on my horse and I went for a ride till some wild outlaws chased me and shot me on the side. I crawled to a cave to find a place to hide. But some pirates found me sleeping there and they soon had me tied to a pole and built fire under me. I almost cried till the mermaid came and cut me loose and begged to be my bride. I told her I'd come back Wednesday, but I must admit I lied. I ran into some jungle swamps, but I forgot my guide. I stepped into some quicksand, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get out till I met a water snake named Slide. He took me to some cannibals who planned to have me fried, but an eagle came and swooped me up through the air we fly. But it dropped me over a boiling lake, 1,000 miles wide, and you would never guess what I did. I died.
So, we surely didn't learn how to survive.
That's for sure. Oh, it seems like someone's at the door. I think I might know who it is.
Oh, do you think you know what that person might bring or something?
Yep, I think it's a present. I'm not
Oh.
sure what the present is. Let's ask Neil to recite his poem, Nothing, by Dave Calder. I think he might know a bit more about it.
Nothing by Dave Calder. I've got a present for you. Here it is. Yes, it's a big load of nothing. I've wrapped it in shiny paper, but I couldn't find the time. As you can see, it's flat on top with smooth round side. When you put your hand into it, there's nothing there at all. That's how full of nothing. Full of nothing. What do you mean? What use is it? Nothing can do anything. It's up to you. It's up to you. You can eat it, you can drink it, you can kick it or stroke it, you can put it in your head, you can take it for a walk or talk to it when you're alone. And best of all, you can think about it. Here you are then, catch! Now where is it gone? Who's got nothing? Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. But I don't think I know too much about the present still. I mean, it seems like it might be nothing after all. But I do know that we've got multiple presents from nature. One of them being rain.
Yeah, rain is very, very, very. I have no word to say for rain. I really love the rain. So why don't we call Shyant to say what he thinks about rain?
I sit in the balcony and look outside, and I see some water from the leftovers of the rain, which falls as fast as a train. The water shows the reflection of trees, which moves lazily with the breeze. I see a farm with crops, water fountains, and stuff like that, which rhymes with a cat. And I really see a cat. I see a small jungle patch with a ton of trees, and I wonder how many leaves. This was yesterday, but the same observations can be made even today. Some new ones maybe. Today, it's raining again. There will soon be a mini flood in the balcony. I look at the sky, which has everything so black, the buildings, which are so blurred, the raindrops, which are so fast, and now look like a ton of race cars are zooming past. And now it's super heavy. The raindrops are leaving bubbles that are exploding like mini bombs, not with fire, but water. The raindrops are now exploding harder than the bubbles. The mini flood is slowly forming, but sadly, now the rain has gone like a passing train. I hope it comes tomorrow again. Thank you.
You know, the rain brings out a lot of colors around us. It helps us see the world more clearly, if I might say.
Yeah, that's true. So let's call Jessica to tell us about her book.
Color Drops by Kissy Pen. Drops of every color, drops of every shade, drops of every size, yet all drops just the same. Yellow and red make orange, and blue and yellow make green. You can keep mixing more colors, and more colors there will be. Drops of every color, drops of every shape, drops of every size, yet all drops just the same. Drops can't pick their color, nor who would prefer them. Pick a color, any color, they are just colors, all the same. Imagine all the colors needing to be alive. Now the beauty of the rainbow became a U upside down. Drops of every color, drops of every shape, drops of every size, yet all drops just the same. Be it purple, orange, burgundy, or brown. Be a color, any shape, any size you want. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Jessica.
Jessica. Almost forgot. There's another gift from nature which is very vital. It's sunlight, of course.
Oh, and you know what sunlight helps?
Yeah, it keeps us warm, and of course, helps us grow our food, which is extremely necessary for us. Speaking about sunlight, next we have Vedant with his poem.
Vedant, you can start.
Hello everyone, my name is Vedant. I'm going to recite poem Summer Sun by Robert Louis Stevenson. Great is the sun and wide he goes through empty heaven without repose. And in the blue and glowing days, more thick than rain he showers his rays. Go closer, still with lines we pull, to keep the shady parlor cool. Yet he will find a chink or two to slip his golden fingers through. The dusty attic spider clad, he through the keyhole make it glad, and through the broken edge of tiles into the laddered hail of smells. Meantime, his golden face around he bears to all the garden ground, sheds a warm and glittering look among the ivy's inmost nook, above the hills, along the blue, round the bright air with footing true, to please the child, to paint the rose, the gardener of the world he goes. Thank you.
Thank you, Vedant, for the amazing performance.
Moving on, sunlight and rain together help trees. So let's hear about what trees might feel. Let's call Aditri to recite her poem Trees.
Trees by Joyce Green. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditri. Throughout this lockdown, a lot of us got to spend a lot of time with our family. A lot of us might have enjoyed it, while some of us not so much.
Yeah, but also connecting with our friends and attending online classes, people must have felt different ways. Some people must have liked it, some people must have felt really out, or some people must have felt really frustrated. Let's call Sabrish to say what he feels about online classes.
I like online classes, I do I by Sabrish. I like online classes, I do I. I like my fitness classes, but I do miss the space. I love the gallery view, but I'd rather see your face. I love to speak online, Or do I? I love to see my friends, but thumbnails are not where they belong. I like staying home, but not with all the noise. I get bored online, or do I? Should I sit, stand, or turn on my side? Do I like online classes or don't I? Well, what do you think? I can't decide. Thank you.
Great job, Sabrish. This reminds me of how some emotions and feelings we keep to our inner world, while some others we show to the outer world. The feelings we keep to ourselves are the ones which we in turn keep in our inner world. Let's call Lakshya to ask about how he's doing in his inner world.
I was sitting in front of the mirror. I saw two faces, one for the world and one for myself. The face for the world always laughs, always smiles. The face for myself always doubts, always cries. The face for the world doesn't always act smart. The face for myself self-doubts. The face for the world does not seem to care. The face for myself understands. The face for the world always confident, always courageous. The face for myself always shy, always afraid. The face for the world always encourages. The face for myself always discourages. The face for the world is always open. The face for myself sometimes closes. The face for the world always thinks in the brighter side. The face for myself always thinks in the darker side. I wonder when these two faces will unite as one. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshya. That was really deep. In some situations we deal with in our inner world, and some situations there's only one thought going on in our head: why me?
So let's call Nila to recite her poem, Why Me?
Why me? If you had to ask, why me? When you're feeling really blue, when the world has turned against you and you don't know what to do, when it's pouring colossal raindrops and the roads a wilding mess, and you're feeling more confused than you could ever express, then when the sun won't shine, when the stars will not align, and when you rather be inside your bed, when the covers pull above your head, and when life is something that you dread, and you have to ask, why me? Then, when the world seems true and right, and when the rain has left a gentle dew, and you're happy being you, please ask yourself, why me then too? Thank you.
Thank you, Nila, for
Thank
that
you, Nila.
amazing performance. Some of us tend to blame ourselves, and that becomes a major part of our fear, right?
Yeah, that is very true. Sometimes fears even try to eat us up. We cannot present ourselves during fear. So let's call Shaurya to recite his poem about fear.
Fear, the Untrue Friend by Shaurya. One day, you know what? I started getting scared of the dark. I told Dad and Mom, darkness is fearsome. That night, I slept with all my might, but I could not sleep without a sight. I was a terrified owl. In the day, I slept snoring. In the night, I stayed wondering, why is this fear hovering? Remembering, accidentally I locked myself in a room and thought a ghost came on a broom and then felt would be stuck until the moon was back on its broom. I jumped out of my bed, grabbed a paper and pencil, spilled over all the emotions and thoughts, and threw it away. And then surprisingly, after a couple of days, I wasn't scared of the dark in any way. Thank you.
Thank you, Shari.
Fear is a big part of our life, and this really limits us in a huge way, doesn't it?
Yeah, why don't we ask Pritesh about his limits?
Limit by Pritesh. It's a rock you can't push. It's a mark you can't make. It's a park you can't go. It's a path you have to follow. Can you break it? No, it's a limit. Can you cross it? No, it's a limit. Can you jump over it? No, it's too tall. Limit is what you call it. It could make you or could break you. It could turn you or could burn you. Okay, but does limit have a limit to limit you?
Thank you, Pritesh.
Aditya, continue. It's Manhas.
Thank you, Pritesh. Now, we have Manha to recite about her poem, The Road Not Taken, which teaches us that everything we do in life has a choice, and whatever choice we choose, we should learn to accept it and not regret it later.
The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it went in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though, as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Manha.
Um, in friendships, some of them last, whereas some might come to a full stop. Let's hear from Aditya about losing a friend.
Around the Corner by Charles Hanson Town. Around the corner, I have a friend in this great city that has no end. Yet, the days go by and the weeks rush on, and before I know it, a year has gone, and I never see my old friend's face, for life is a swift and terrible race. He knows I like him just as well as in those days when I rang his bell and he rang mine. We were younger then, but now we're busy, tired men, tired of playing a foolish game, tired of trying to make a name. Tomorrow, I say, I'll call on Jim, but tomorrow comes and tomorrow goes, and the distance between us grows and grows. Around the corner, yet miles away. Here's a telegram, sir. Jim died today. And that's what we get and deserve in the end. around the corner, a vanished friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditya. No matter the limits we have, the choices we make, and the friends we lose, we always have to take care of our mental health. Why don't we hear from Samrudha on how he keeps his mind healthy with his poem, Aquascaping is like Mindscaping.
Well, aquascaping is like mindscaping by Samrita. Well, what should I add? I wondered to myself. Well, I have a strong and big tank to accommodate any fish. A big tank with a powerful filter to accommodate any fish, big or small. Well, I have the perfect substrate for the plants to grow and to not cause problems with the fish. Well, I have every variety of nutrition available. Well, I have the healthiest fish available. Well, I have a colony of strong bacteria to help me with even the hardest ammonia problems. Well, I have well-established plants in my tank. Well, I have organized and beautiful hardscape. Well, I have a strong lid with a lock only who I trust can open. Oh, I also have clean water. Well, what I do not have is now I know. What I need is to maintain it, and who better to maintain than myself? Thank you.
Thank you, Samrudha. That was very deep.
Yeah, so let's call Neha to recite her poem.
Pain. Pain is an interesting word. It can break you till you touch the ground or can take you high, limitless. You can't show pain, but you surely can feel it. You might cry for small things or even for an ant bite. Crying for small things isn't a crime. But what you do after it all depends. When you hit that break, you feel pain, you feel hurt, you feel like the world just ended itself. You stay there, stagnant, all alone, right there, fighting all your battles. When you step out of your comfort zone, out of your illusion, out of all your what ifs, you become strong. You become a strong warrior. You take all your pain and make it into your strength. And when you look in the mirror once again, you look and say, I'm proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Neha. With this, our Phoenix Poetic Soiree comes to an end. Thank you all for listening and cooperating.